Hey YouTube, John here. It's time for a very unpopular thing in the preparedness community. It's definitely necessary though. It's time for a reality check. Let's go. So I have been working in the yard today and a question hit me. Very open-ended. But I think I spent some time thinking about it, and I think you should as well. When was the last time? That's it. Insert skill, insert item here, insert activity here. When was the last time that I did these things? These things. It's going to actually make you take stock of where you're at as far as your skills and your abilities, because we do know that they degrade over time. That rooster's something else. So anyway, I've been asking myself these questions, and I'm not perfect. There are a lot of these that I need to work on myself. But I think it's a good primer. Go ahead and ask yourself these and honestly answer them. It'll show you some of the holes in your preparedness game and give you a good idea of where to start on improving them. Let's check them out. When was the last time that you rehearsed your preparedness plan? And I'm not talking just you, I'm talking about your entire family. When was the last time that you talked to your family about it and then put it into motion? Where you said, all right guys, we're doing a rehearsal, load up the truck, get the bug out bags, get all of the necessary items, we're going. And timing yourself, hitting that stopwatch and starting to see where you're at. And every month, do it. See how much faster you can actually be. Getting to your location is another important part. When was the last time that you practiced your bug out plan? Overall, getting to that bug out location from where you're currently at. That can be very tough. And something that I would recommend is to go ahead and find alternate locations, alternate routes to the bug out location, and timing yourself that way so that you know, hey, it takes 42 minutes to get here on average. We're going to go ahead and add an extra 10 minutes in for any kind of issues that go on or what have you. But planning and doing that, very important. I am so guilty of this next one. When was the last time that you used a radio? And I'm not talking about a car radio. I'm talking about a ham, a GMRS, an FRS radio. Guilty as charged. I need to work on this quite a bit. I need to start communicating with people a lot more often. Go ahead and have an SOP. Go ahead and have a plan with the people in my area so that if the balloon goes up, I'm already a step ahead. If the cell phone networks are down, cool. I'm ready to go with radio. Having those options, it's vital. Communication is arguably one of the most important facets of preparedness. I think it's something that we should all work on a little bit more. When was the last time that you gardened? I mean, it could be tilling the soil, weeding, planting, harvesting. All of that is very important. It's important because food is one of the most important preparedness related items. It really is. And being able to grow those calories out of the ground with your livestock, vital, completely vital. So this is one of those things that we need to make sure that we're on top of our game with. When was the last time that you met with someone and talked to them about preparedness? Not just networking, talking to your friends that you already have, your neighbors. They might be into it as well. And then you just made an ally. That's fantastic. When was the last time that you preserved food? Whether it's canning, dry canning, pressure canning, water bath canning, dehydrating any kind of food. Freeze drying any food, even putting food in buckets with Mylar bags. That's something that you always want to keep track of, because you do want to rotate food, even if it's preserved. First in, first out. You'll want to rotate around because that food will expire eventually. When's the last time that you rotated your goods? rotating seasonal items, rotating your food, finding the stuff that's closer to expiration, using that first. That can save you a lot of money. It can also make you lose a lot of money. Rotating fuel and fuel preservatives. We all know that fuel has a certain shelf life, depending on what that type of fuel is and what kind of preservative you use. Rotating it to make sure that you're not wasting it. Huge. Very big. Because the last thing that you want is using expired fuel on the worst day of your life when you're having to bug out and then suddenly your engine doesn't work. Not cool. Rotate your items. When's the last time that you went camping? And I'm not talking sitting in an RV, hanging out. That's great and all. When was the last time that you brought a tent in, that you hiked out to, you backpacked, you did primitive camping? When was the last time? It changes a little bit. Instead of having to go to just a park and finding your spot and unloading it from your car and setting everything up nice and easy and controlled, and you have your water hookup and your electric hookup. How about packing everything in to a backpack? Thanks, Rooster. And hiking it out. Hiking out, setting up a camp, and doing all of those things without the niceties, without the luxuries. It's pretty cool. When was the last time that you shot your firearms? When was the last time you sighted in your firearms? When was the last time that you did dry fire training? When was the last time that you went to a firearms training class? Because there are experts all over the United States. And yeah, they can be expensive, but it's well worth it. The skills that you will learn from there are amazing. When was the last time you put a tourniquet on any of your limbs? Have you timed it? Have you improved on that time? I think that a great baseline is 15 seconds to have a fully occluded artery on yourself, either the femoral or your brachial arteries. When was the last time that you worked out? Could be cardio, could be weights, could be rucking. It's all very important. It's important to be in better shape than you were yesterday, because we don't know if the world's going to end tomorrow or if it's 2 years from now. But staying on top of your fitness will increase your percentage of survival. I'm still working on it, and you should be too. When was the last time you made a fire without a lighter or matches? I think that's very important, as you've seen in my previous videos. It's not difficult, but you have to practice. You have to get those reps and sets in. Thought of another one. As soon as that wind finishes. When was the last time that you tested your preps out? Legitimately. All those cool gadgets and doodads. When was the last time that you used them? You have to use them to figure out if they work for you or not. That super awesome tactical bag that is insanely uncomfortable, that you figure that out before the balloon goes up, so you can make an adjustment. Something to think about. So really the point I'm trying to make is that time is the enemy in a lot of instances. Yes, you took that Carbine 1 course 4 years ago. Are you going to be as good as you were then? If you're not practicing, if you're not keeping up on those skills? Absolutely not. You need to build upon those skills, or else it's just money and time wasted. Along with items, rotating them. You have to. Going through those motions is vital for us in the preparedness community. We have to do it. You could actually save a life with that. If you're that quick with a tourniquet and you practice on it, and you practice applying chest seals or wound packing, what have you, you could save someone's life with it. So keep those skills up. It's a lot to juggle. It absolutely is. That's why I'm a big proponent of groups, having a crew, a mag, whatever you want to call it. Having people that specialize in things that can help teach others and keep your skills up. That's vital. That will save you a lot of time, lessen the load on just you, and make it a better overall experience. It's well worth it. Find people in your area, find experts in your area, and build on your skill base. That's all I got. What did I miss? You guys let me know. And until next time, peace.